So welcome to another session of this training. So my fabric is on fold and it measures 13 inches. You can see this part now is a stretchy part which measures 26 inches, 13 inches on fold, and the width is 20 inches. So I'm going to be cutting it out now. 26 inches on the stretchy part by 20 inches. So please take note. After cutting it out now, I will go ahead to make a 1.5 inches mark from one end of the fabric to the other. So just watch what I'm going to do. So because of the design we are going to make, start taking your 1.5 inches. You can see I'll just do that till I get to the end of the fabric. If you have your ruler, after making your mark, use your ruler to rule it out. In that way it will be very easy for you just to follow that line and sew. So this is it after making the mark now. So I'm going to set this aside. So this fabric here now is for the band and it measures 22 inches by 4.5 inches, 22 inches by 4.5 inches, 22 inches on the stretchy part. So I have this piece of fabric, about 6 or 7 pieces, 7 inches by 5 inches, 7 inches on the stretchy part and 5 inches for the width. So let's go over to the sewing machine now while I show you how to sew. So this is how we're going to be picking it. You pick that first 1.5 inches mark and you sew on a 1/4 inch, okay, from that point to the other end. Sew on a 1/4 inch. After it, go over to the next line. You just continue like that. So here is my fabric now. So just pick it like this as you see. So I'm sewing it down now on a 1/4 inch, not up to 1/2 inch. Just sew it straight down. So we are going to be following that 1.5 inches mark we have made earlier, and we will sew it straight. We're going to be following that 1.5 inches. So I'm done with the first line. We'll move over to the next one. So you can see it is not up to 1/2 inch. Pick the next 1.5 inches, then go ahead and sew straight down. So you've seen the essence of the chalk mark now, just to guide you so I won't make a mistake. So you continue like this. After sewing this one now, move over to the next 1.5 inches and you sew till you finish sewing all the lines you've marked. All right, so I'll do that, then I'll show us the next thing to do. So this is it. This is how it should look after sewing. So this part now, you can see the wrong side, you can see the front. So here is our band. Fold it into two like this just to locate the center. Go ahead and notch it on both sides. Repeat the same thing on the turban cap itself. Notch the center, then get the band, fold it into two like this. Make sure that the point where you notch is aligned together. Then go ahead and pin it down to the center of the base where we also notch. Okay, pin it down, then go ahead and trace. You can see what I'm doing now. I'm going to be pinning it down. Make sure that you lay it properly. Pin it down so it will be very easy for you to sew. Repeat the same thing on the other side. Then sew on a 1/2 inch. sew on a half an inch straight down. So after sewing now, we're going to be closing the cap. This is how it should look like after sewing. Okay, then fold it into two. We're going to be taking our hair circumference. So I'm taking this hair circumference on 10.5 inches. Okay, either you close on 11 inches or you close on 10.5 inches. So I'm closing this cap now on 10.5 inches. I'll just sew straight from the band till where we join the band to the body of the cap. Okay, then I'll slant my, as you can see now, I'm trying to slant my hand just to achieve a back drop. Then I'll go ahead and close it up. Go ahead and sew straight down. So after sewing now, I will take it to my weaving machine and I'm going to weave it. So this is the cap. So just go ahead and weave it. So this is the fabric for our design. Fold it into two. You sew on a 1/4 inch. Okay, same thing you're going to do, I just repeat it on the whole piece of fabric. So this is the cap. Let's continue. You'll be gathering it at the center front like this. You can see I've made a mark at the center front with my chalk. So just use your needle and thread, pick it like that. As you can see what I'm doing, just go ahead, gradually pick it at the center of the cap. Once you get to the end, secure your thread and you cut off the excess thread. Okay, make sure that your gathers is tight. Then we're going to repeat the same thing at the back of the turban cap. So I'm trying to secure the thread now. So turn it over to the back. Start gathering immediately after the band. Don't gather the band, just make your running stitch. So this is how to make your running stitch. You just take your needle in and out to that point, go back again just to make sure that it's fully secured. Once you've done that, cut off your excess thread and secure your gathers. Our turban cap is now ready. So this is our turban cap. You can see how it's looking. Okay, this is the back and this is the front. So for our design, I've sewn everything down. So I'll be passing my 3 inches crinoline inside. Okay, I'll just pass my 3 inches crinoline inside all the sewn fabric. So we forming a our loop now. Fold it into two, you push it up, then you gather it at the tip. That's all. Pick another one, fold into two, push it up, gather it at the tip. So do that till we exhaust all the fabric that we have here. So this is the fourth one. So this is the last one now. So actually you can choose to increase this loop, or you reduce it depending on what you want, how big you want it. Okay, so what I did now was to join it to the point where I started. Okay, to that first loop that we started with, I just pass back my needle there, then I'm going to put the thread very tight, then I'll secure it. So this is how it's looking now. So I'll get the last one, I'll tack it on top of it. So this is our dummy. So I can see our turban cap on top of the dummy. Just determine where you want it to be, where you want to place it. So I'll be tacking it down at this point. I'm okay with it here. You can see I've attached the other one, so I'll go ahead now and tack it down. Tack it down till it's firm enough. Okay, so this is it. I'm done tacking it down. So I'll go ahead and place it on the mannequin just for you to see the finished look. So this is it. This is how it looks like. Okay, you can as well make use of a rose design. Then for this place, attach any applique of your choice just to cover up the rough part.